Holy what kind of art style is this? Wow. Ooh, I really love like anime hand-to-hand combat because like it just like show the studio.
Hand-to-hand combat, I feel, is quite underrated in the realm of anime. And then again, why wouldn't it be when you've got some world-ending powers and magic that anime tend to show? Still, there's just something in hand-to-hand combat that elicits
like the hand-to-hand combat, like especially when it's done right, like just the fluidity of it. Oh my god.
Today we'll be talking about some of my favorite anime that heavily features some hand-to-hand combat fights. Magical powers aren't exempt, but I will try to focus on stuff that features more physical close-quarters battles.
Like magic is cool and all, but oh yeah, I remember this, like just like the hand-to-hand combat and all of the fluidity in it. Oh boy, just look at it, holy. And
been a while.
wow.
One of those underrated gems that went under the radar despite having aired.
I actually never know this anime exists.
Stand out in an anime season, and the nature of the source material didn't really.
And I'm pretty sure it's like Tai Chi, where you like fight and then like revert their force back.
Hitori no Shita did just that. Where else for a show that heavily features hand-to-hand combat with godly animation?
Wow.
I featured this show a couple of times on my top fight list due to how smooth and fluid these battles look.
Yeah, just like look at that, bro.
Isn't as high for me. The actual motion and spectacle of people punching each other and doing martial arts feels like a miracle in itself. Especially
it feels just like Chinese martial art movie in itself, like and like there's no camera shake. It's just like oh my god.
Series that deserves quite a bit more love. It's got 4 seasons currently, but it shouldn't be too hard to catch up on.
I think I'm going to make a video reaction to it if like it actually got my attention.
With the next entry,
of course, God of High School is gonna be there, yeah. Ooh. And like I'm pretty sure they'll actually like motion track the martial artist fighting and then put it on the character.
With everyone's attention was on God of High School. Well, if you watch the first episode and see how it dazzles you with the fighting, then you'd understand. I find it sad that the show got rushed, but when it comes down to the
story and stuff, like it does not justice to like the webtoon. But the webtoon in itself is kind of dragged on too much. So I honestly don't know what to say.
Awesome fight after awesome fight, then you've definitely come to the right place.
Yeah, you should really check out God of High School. Like just go in for the fight, because storyline wise, it's just confusing.
Next on the list.
Oh, I didn't know this exists. Holy what kind of art style is this? What kind of art style?
To the same reasons as Hitori no Shita. It shows like these that make me happy that I spent quite some time scouring through the whole roster of anime that gets produced every
and like there's magic and all, but like holy, it's like incorporated with magic with hand.
Folk Hero 5 elements like Hitori no Shita
damn,
makes up
bro.
for a lack of exposure and hype by putting its eggs in the basket of eye-catching fights. Eschewing the latter's modern setting, Folk Hero takes us to the ancient era of kingdoms and mysticism.
Oh, my man just like
sequences that I've talked about in a video before, and you should definitely check that one out to get a
damn, look at that fluid, look at that.
3-episode title.
So what can I say, man? It's just amazing.
It's not a huge time investment, and if you like these kind of settings with elements of martial arts and history, we resume with Megalobox.
Megalobox, yeah. But like I kind of think that Hajime no Ippo is more like action-packed and more remember.
You know who that is? Well, there's this other video I made where under certain qualifiers I crowned Megalobox action anime of its year. It's unique in terms of aesthetics in a sports anime, and it's filled to the brim with gritty and intense fights. Surely a callback to the good old days of Ashita no Joe and the like, Megalobox combines the western feel with sci-fi, sports, and a whole lot of drama and emotion. As I said in that video, it evoked a sense of nostalgia for me, and it could do so for you too. The fights might not be as flashy as something from any of the 3 mentioned.
This is like boxing. What do you expect? Like this is boxing, and
so make sure you check out Megalobox.
Ooh.
While we're on the topic of boxing anime, we can now move
on. I knew he was gonna put it on Hajime no Ippo. Yes, man, I really love this anime.
Nothing beats the OG,
boy.
The original, the king of combat sports anime. Hajime no Ippo,
and look at it, like whole, and like, especially like when the impact. I don't know what they did, but like when like the character fight punches. Oh my god, what can I say?
Superpowers that sports anime often employ. It's carved a legacy for itself in the history of anime.
Like if you hit it like that side, you're done for.
Sweat and tears that these athletes go through in their race to
you're basically done for, man.
Nakamura fight should be a good start starting point for battle enthusiasts, but Ippo himself has a lot of those amazing battles as well.
And like I'm pretty sure like the storyline add more impact to like the already epic fight and
the world
stuff.
and such all have their fair share of development, and I'd say that among sports anime, this show is probably the most complete among them all.
That's the reason why it's like on like most people top list.
And hey, if you've been enjoying the video so far, that subscribe button's looking real appealing now, I bet, isn't it? If you're one of those many
Also,
people
don't forget to
watching
like and subscribe to this video
please
too.
Consider doing so. Seeing that subscriber count go up is one of the biggest motivators for any content creator after all, right?
Did not notice that one actually. Okay.
This is a show that hasn't
Okay,
been talked about
like
much.
just like Spike said.
I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
That has quite the psychosocial or metaphysical backdrop. Think something like Ghost in the Shell, or even Serial Experiments Later.
The really OG one like Ghost in the Shell.
Get a whiff of the popularity that those mentioned titles enjoyed, it does have one very special thing going for it. Awesome hand-to-hand combat fights. You should check those out if you want to find a reason.
I like anime, like the art style, I kinda don't enjoy it, but like the fight scene, okay, I'm really digging it, but like art style wise,
it takes a while to rev up and all, but I had a blast watching it from start to finish.
Yeah, see, like the fluidity of the animation, cool, but like art style wise, I kinda don't enjoy it. Of course, yeah, without Baki, like just like the insanity of it. Oh, yeah, look at
Baki
that,
takes a spot
bro.
on this list. Honestly, Baki doesn't have the most original premise out there. Young man goes on a journey to become the strongest person in the world. However, the show makes up for it in execution, thanks to its wild cast of characters that are full of crazy, out-of-this-world surprises.
Just like insanity, like just added to like, this is like 0 to 100, added to 0 to 1000.
Here, none of the comedic moments that you've likely come to expect if you're an avid fan of modern anime, just straight up brutal and intense fighting.
And especially the manga. Oh my god, what did I say? Yeah, the pacing just whack.
Baki has a pretty damn solid progression as well, with characters that are pretty fleshed out. This makes you want to follow everyone's journey and dig deep into their motivations.
I think God of High School like it like got a lot of hype, and then the execution wise it's just
and I guess that statement stands given the audience reception for the show and its modern sequels.
Yeah. Like the Netflix one, you should watch the Netflix ones before you actually like go to read the manga.
Baki and Gengan Ashura next to each other because honestly
I don't know.
speaking, the two do have a lot in similar.
This is very interesting. I have actually never.
Both have the same vibes in terms of fights, and both are as brutal and intense
my
as each
man
other.
just
Hence,
got
I wouldn't be
absolutely.
surprised if Gengan Ashura ended up being inspired by Baki. People that
Wait a second.
Gengan Ashura for the CG, but
I think I actually watched it.
From it too much. I mean, it's not Berserk tier or God forbid Arifureta tier.
Oh yeah.
CG, the anime still manages to capture the real.
No. The manga is actually better. Now I remember because like the old man. Yeah, now I remember. You guys should actually like read the manga. It's way better.
It does seem straightforward. I myself thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to end this list with something most of you are familiar with, and I think the best mainstream anime for it would be Naruto.
Oh yeah, which scene? Is it like, oh, this is like the Kakashi versus Obito? I thought he was going to put like the movie scene where like Naruto and Sasuke versus I forget his name.
Hand-to-hand combat's not the first thing you think of when we say Naruto. However, in that batch of mainstream shonen that took over,
there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, like, and it's very epic.
Specifically hand-to-hand combat the most. Well, you just got to look at how awesome Rock Lee's major fights were. Despite largely being comic relief, he and Guy have some of the most memorable fights that made our childhoods. And of course, who could forget that
Kakashi versus Obito one? Oh my god.
Ninjas that barely act like actual ninjas,
and like there's no talking, it's just like fight. Oh, it really epic.
Epic moments of physical hand-to-hand combat. I can still recall how awesome it was when Guy, out of all people, gave Madara a
give Smag a
run, and it's a journey that I don't regret taking.
I nearly cried.
If you're up for a long-running shonen with a lot of awesome hand-to-hand fights while having so many people to talk to about it, then Naruto is there. Favorite and my top recommendation.
Wow, there's a lot of like really amazing hand-to-hand combat fights, but my favorite is the Naruto one. Comment down below what is your guys favorite. Click here to watch more my reaction. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.